attack ads are becoming a bigger and bigger factor with each campaign. And in this one, whoever wins this primary, they can expect millions to be tossed into this campaign by these outside groups, both for and against the candidate who's going to be facing Senator Brown. So far, Ms. Warren, you failed to denounce them or publicly ask them to cease and desist, which Brown publicly has done so. Is this the right strategy for Democrats? And I would like all of you to answer that question.
I think I missed it when Scott Brown asked Karl Rove to stop running ads against me. I'm glad to hear it, but I missed it.
Well, I interviewed him, and he did say that he wanted all the outside groups to stop it.
You know, I think there's a real problem here, though, that we have to talk about. There are a lot of outside groups. I don't like attack ads. Why would anybody like attack ads? But there are also outside groups who have something to say about what's going on, who have a real interest. There are environmental groups, there are family advocacy groups who want to be heard in an election. And so I think a blanket notion that nobody talks except the two candidates is not within the spirit of how democratic elections work. I think the far more serious question is, if you're going to do unfair attack ads, those things ought to stop. But it's the unfair attack ads rather than people who are legitimate groups who want to come in and want to talk about the issues that are important to them.
You'd like to make at least a public statement saying outside groups stay out of this race. Raise your hand.
I just did.
2. Okay.
Negatively, anyway.
Well, no. Do you want to ask us how many of us think that attack ads are a bad idea?
I assume you're all
yeah.
wild yes on my part.
Just in case.